Hare Krishna, devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad-Bhagavatam class. It's from Canto 2, Chapter 4, and Text 7. And this morning, we're very fortunate to have His Holiness Candramauli Swami to give the class. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Ho, glories to Prabhupada.
It's all yours, Maharaj.
Right. What's the name of the chapter? The Cosmic Manifestation.
Cosmic Manifestation, yeah. That's the canto. The chapter, I think, Lord in the Heart. I forgot. I could look it up too. Okay. The process of creation. All right.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yata Gopa Yata Vibhur Yata Samyachate Punaha Yam Yam Shaktim Upasritya Puru Shakti Para Parampumam Atmanam Kridayan Kridan Karoti Vikaroti Cha. Translation. Kindly describe how the Supreme Lord, who is all-powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining and again winding up the phenomenal world in the sporting spirit of a player. Purport. In the Kati Upanishads 2.2.13, Supreme Lord is described as the chief eternal being amongst all other eternal individual beings. Nityo, Nityanam, Chaitanas, Chaitananam. The one Supreme Lord who maintains innumerable other individual living beings, Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman. So all living beings, both in the conditioned state and in the liberated state, are maintained by the Almighty Supreme Lord. Such maintenance is effected by the Lord through his different expansions of self and the three principles energies, namely internal, external, and marginal energies. The living entities are his marginal energy, and some of them, in the confidence of the Lord, are entrusted with the work of creation also, as are Brahma, Marichi, etc. In the act of creation are inspired by the Lord unto them. Hene Brahma Hridai. The external energy is also impregnated with the jivas or conditioned souls. The unconditional marginal potency acts in the supreme kingdom, and the Lord, by his different plenary expansions, maintains them in different transcendental relations displayed in the spiritual sky. So the one Supreme Lord of Godhead manifests himself in many, Bahusham. Thus all diversities are in him, and he is in all diversities, although he nevertheless is different from all of them. This is the inconceivable mystic power of the Lord, and as such, everything is simultaneously one with and different from him by his inconceivable potencies, Achintya Beta Beta Tattva. Omagyantimirandasya Gana Jana Salakaya Chakshun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadammayam Dadati Swam Padantikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimakti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschyatyare Satarine, Vanchakalpa, Tirubhyascha, Pipa, Sindhu, Vaja, Patidanam, Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namaho Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi, Gaura Bhaktivinoda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, as a father creates the family, he also maintains them. So Krishna is the supreme source of creation, and wherever his children are, that's us, either in the material world or in the spiritual world, he's taking care. He does everything directly in the spiritual world by his internal potency, Daivi Shakti, and in the external world, he does it through the Parashakti, or the Aparashakti, or the material energy, headed by Durga Devi. But in any case, he is the supreme maintainer. And one of the principles that allows one to make progress in devotional service is to accept the Lord as not only the maintainer, but the only maintainer. We try to maintain ourselves in this material world. We get jobs. We plan how to get things. We plan how to use things. But actually, all of this planning is just useless, because if we simply surrender to the Lord, he will maintain and take care of everything automatically. Sometimes we interfere with Krishna maintaining ourselves because we think we know better than anybody else on how to take care of ourselves. Of course, we should use some common sense and practical knowledge to take care of what is needed. But we should know behind the scenes, everything becomes successful by the grace of the Lord. He puts the energies in place. He has innumerable energies. He has 16 principal sub-energies, along with the 3 main energies as mentioned here. The internal is Antaranga Shakti. The external is the Bahiranga Shakti. And the marginal energy, which is the living entities in the material world, that is the Tatastha Shakti. These are 3 principal energies. And within those categories of 3, there are other energies and there's sub-energies. And Krishna has unlimited energies. Whatever he wants to do. Padasya Shakti Vidahaya Suyate, Swabhaviki Jnana Palakriya Cha. He simply desires, and the energies move according to his desire and fulfill the need of the maintenance and the protection of the living entity. And that is Krishna's perfection. He never misses. When we interfere with Krishna's plan for us, we create a dichotomy, and then we find ourselves struggling unnecessarily. So Krishna he's expert, and his energies are also perfect. If we allow Krishna to take care of us, he will, completely, perfectly, and eternally, either in the material world or in the spiritual world. So one who depends on God in all situations and works accordingly to practical knowledge will always be in a good position to succeed in fulfilling their needs in the material world, and ultimately in the spiritual world, that same energy which is now transformed from Mahamaya to Yogamaya enacts Krishna's pastimes, where the devotees are taken care of by Krishna through the different leelas that he performs, along with the devotees who are personally present with him. So if you have a father who's all powerful, all rich, all famous, all knowledgeable, all strong, all strength, if he's complete in all of the opulences, then what do you have to worry about? Sometimes people criticize the devotees. They say, "Oh, you guys don't do anything. You're parasites on the society. You don't work. You don't contribute to the social and economic fields." We say, well, our God, our Father is the most richest, and a person who comes into a rich family with a very rich father, powerful, they don't work. The Father takes care of them automatically. So in the same way, Krishna is taking care of his devotee, but we have to engage in devotional service to understand how he's taking care. If we don't engage in devotional service, we will think that he's not properly taking care. And we will try to do it in our, what we say, limited intelligence. And therefore we struggle like that. But he's taking care constantly. You'll see how the energies work sometimes, how they're hard to explain, but easily to observe. For instance, a lightning bolt will hit a house, and the house will be on fire. And the next house next to it won't get any touch by the fire, but the house next to that house will. So why is that middle house free and the other houses not free? You might say chance. And chance means you don't know. When we use the word chance, it means I don't know. It's a nice word, but it has no meaning because nothing happens by chance. Everything is the cause, and Krishna is Sarva Karna. Karna means the cause of all causes. But you can't see Krishna, but you can see his energies working in certain ways, and behind that energy is the source of the energy and the manipulator of the energy. And so devotees are happy because they have no anxiety. If they simply engage in service of the Lord, they get everything, whatever they need. Not only whatever they need, they even get more with them, more than what they need. That's Krishna's mercy, like. And so, but he's behind everything. But at the same time, his energies are doing everything, and he is the controller of the energies. So it says in the very last line of the purport. You can go down to the last line in the purport. The inconceivable mystic power of the Lord. So Krishna is called Yogeshwara. That means he is the master of all mystics. And it's inconceivable how everything is connected with him in an absolute sense, and everything at the same time is different from him in the absolute sense. Therefore, when you see the Sanskrit, you'll see the Sanskrit is beta beta tattva, but then you'll see one word in front of it, which is achintya. Achintya means inconceivable. The mind, intelligence, even imagination cannot conceive how Krishna performs activities, but at the same time doesn't do anything. And this particular translation here is quite interesting. It says he's just like a player who is playing in a sporting way. He does everything. For him, it's nothing. When Arjuna asked to describe his different opulences for the common people to understand more about his power as the absolute principle, he described himself in different ways. That he is, as weapons, he's a thunderbolt. As bodies of water, he is the ocean. He mentions a whole long list of things that he is. As the bright effulgence in creation, he is the sun, and so many things. He analogizes himself with the different features of the material energy that are extraordinary, or what you might say, very obvious and powerful. But at the end, after doing everything, he says to Arjuna, what is the use of all this detailed knowledge? What is the use of all this detailed knowledge with a tiny, he uses the word tiny, fraction of my splendor I parade and support the entire existence? We can't even conceive, even in the slightest, how powerful the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is. It's not powerful. He is, his powerful is immeasurable and undescribable and full of phenomena like that. I mean, he marries 16,108 queens in Dwarka. He produces 10 boys by each of the queens and one girl. Now, not only does he produce millions of children from 16,108 queens, but exactly, each one has 10 boys and one girl. And he maintains them all easily. Each one has a palace. Each one has everything they need in a very opulent way. And Krishna's there in each and every palace simultaneously. When Narada Muni went to see Krishna in Dwarka, he came into one palace and Krishna was there. Krishna greeted Narada, and then Narada left and went to another palace, and he saw Krishna in another palace doing something different with a different queen. He left there and went from palace to palace, and in every palace he saw Krishna acting in different ways with his internal energies. Now, that's Krishna. It's inconceivable. We even see in this material world things that are inconceivable. There's people who are called magicians. There was one very famous magician called Houdini. He was popular during the beginning of the 1900s. And they would take him, put him in a box and wrap chains around the box and lock it very tightly and throw the box in the water, in the ocean. And he would come out. He would come out. So if an ordinary person can do that, that was being experienced by the people who were there. What to speak of Krishna, who is maintaining and supporting all existence, both material and spiritual, which is not only amazing, one cannot even calculate how great his creation is, how great his manifestation of the spiritual world is. It's not possible. That's Krishna. So, therefore, those who are actually intelligent and understand their best interest will surrender to Krishna, will connect with Krishna in devotional service. By connecting with Krishna with devotional service, they're happy. They get everything they need. There's no anxiety. The only anxiety is how to serve Krishna better or how to serve Krishna more. Over devotees are anxiety-free. Sometimes devotees act in a material way and then they cause themselves a little difficulties. But even then, Krishna somehow or other helps them to get out of that situation where they get back in their proper connection with him. So, therefore, those who don't surrender to the Lord or don't acknowledge his all-powerful nature, his all-protective nature, they are like stray dogs. A stray dog will run from place to place looking for some shelter, looking for some food, not knowing where he's going to get either one, just running. And the materialists are like that. They're running to work every day, going 90, 60, and 70 miles an hour in their cars at breakneck speed, where at any time they could be finished running this way, running that way, creating gigantic buildings, big, huge edifices to fulfill the simple need of eating and sleeping, mating and defending, which are done by the animals naturally without any effort. So the human civilization, because they are intelligent, or they have the potential for intelligence, they misuse it, and then they become worse than those who don't have intelligence. Because those who don't have intelligence, by their what we say nature, we don't expect much from them. Just like animals, they have some intelligence, but not complete. Trees, other living entities. But the human being has a capacity to develop intelligence where they can live happily without any anxiety and fulfill all of their needs. But they think, if I don't work, I will not get what I need. Yeah, it's like the donkey. He's just walking along the road, and he's carrying this big load. And he's thinking, if I just do this work for my boss, the washerman, he'll give me some grass. But he's so stupid. All he has to do is look down on the ground and there's grass. But he doesn't have the intelligence to do that. So for the living entities in the material world will break their neck, Prabhupada said. Prabhupada talks about one famous Indian philanthropist poet. His name was Rabindranath Tagore. He came to London. He saw the people in London, and he was saying, "Oh my God, they're going so fast, they're going to fall into the ocean." Such a small island, and they're moving so fast. They're going to fall into the ocean. He was shocked to see how what we say, foolish people were just to carry on their day-to-day activities. So therefore, when devotees feel sorry for the non-devotees, because they realize that if they just, turn their head a little bit towards God and start to realize whatever they need to live in this world and to be happy comes by serving God. They're serving their boss, they're serving their family, they're serving their society, they're serving their lusty desires, they're serving their dog or cat, but they won't serve God. And that's the foolishness. Yeah. Therefore, devotees feel sorry for such persons and try to help them by giving them some intelligence. And hopefully they'll accept intelligence and make a solution to their problems in life by becoming happy simply by worshiping the Lord. The Lord doesn't ask for much. He just asks for your devotion in your activities of service. That's all. We're devoted to so many things in this world. Why not become devoted to the Lord? Because it's easy. Everything in this world is full of inebrities, imperfections, and constantly changing. The Lord is never changing. He's always who he is. He expands himself to be greater, but he's never changes in quality. And everything about him is attractive. That's why he's called Krishna. He's all attractive. His names, forms, qualities, pastimes, entourage, his amazing dealings with his devotees. Everything is so attractive. That's why we have hundreds of books. When one very, very famous politician came to see Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he was talking, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said, "Yes, we have one newspaper called Sajjana Toshini, and we publish this newspaper every day." And the politician was shocked. He was thinking, how is it possible? You can publish a spiritual newspaper every day. And then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati gave the answer in a very interesting way. He said, this material world, there are so many cities, and each city has so many newspapers. Sometimes they have more than one edition a day. And these cities are just part of the material tabernacle, which makes up only 1/3 of existence. The spiritual creation or spiritual manifestation makes up 3/4 of existence. And therefore, we can put out not only a spiritual newspaper every day, we can put one out every minute. There's so much knowledge, so much activities. And Krishna expands himself in hundreds and thousands of forms of himself for varieties of activities that he performs, both with his devotees and for maintenance of the material energy. So when you look at the material world, people think, oh, there's so many things to do. It's insignificant compared to what's in the spiritual realm. It's not even measurable. So devotees never get bored. In the material world, people get bored, but in the spiritual world, devotees don't ever have that problem of getting bored. The problem they have is trying to figure out how much time, how to use their time to do it, whatever they want to do in Krishna's service. Devotees are always thinking how to serve in so many ways. And there's so many activities in devotional service. And each of the activity is transcendently sweet. Even if you do only one activity and you do it continuously, because it is spiritual, it is not static, it is not jada, it is not material, it is not limited. Spiritual is unlimited. You can chant the holy name constantly, and it's always nicer and nicer. Try to do something in the material world continuously, the same thing, you get tired. People get tired, bored, looking for something different, something new. They're always trying to tax their brains to come up with something different in order to overcome this boredom. As soon as we enter into the realm of spiritual, there is unlimited varieties of activity, and each variety is unlimited in itself. It's like, Maharaj Pariksit, he was listening to Srimad-Bhagavatam for 7 full days, and he was relishing each and every word spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. He was so joyful in hearing and asking questions based on the knowledge he was receiving that he forgot all about his material needs and simply got absorbed. So not only is the spiritual activities unlimited, each activity is fully unlimited also. And when you apply yourself to any particular activity and go deeper into that activity, it reveals its sweetness, its knowledge, its power, its unlimitedness more and more. And Prabhupada tells the story how one man, he goes to a shop, he buys this lamp, and the lamp, when he takes it home, a genie pops out of the lamp. Genie says, I'm the genie of the lamp. Give me something to do or I'll destroy you. And so he's thinking, oh my God. Actually, the person was a king. So he said to the genie, well, just wash all of the windows in the kingdom. And the genie went out, came back quickly and said, done. Give me something else or else I'll destroy you. So he was thinking, count all of the blades of grass in my kingdom. After some time, he came back and said, done. Give me something else and I'll destroy you. And the king was a little intelligent. He said, all right, now here's something. You chant this name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. And so when he started chanting, he kept chanting. He never got tired. So this spiritual is always unlimited. And the material is limited and not very pleasant either. So Krishna is wonderful. And we hear in these verses how wonderful he is, how he does things. We get a little insight of his qualities, his Shakti, his diversities. It's amazing. We're only getting a slight, as Vrindavan Das Thakur speaks the glories of Lord Chaitanya. He says, I'm standing on the ocean of devotion to Lord Chaitanya, and I'm trying to taste one drop of that ocean. And in that one drop, it's enough to drown the entire cosmic creation. So everything about the Lord is wonderful, unlimited, and full of unlimited happiness. So who, with any intelligence, will not serve the Lord? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for talking about the Supreme Personality of God. It is always wonderful to hear the analogies and other things that in the conclusion that who will not serve the Supreme Personality of God. It seems like it doesn't make sense not to serve.
It doesn't.
Everything. It doesn't make sense not to serve him. If he's the way he is, what else do we need to hear? Hare
And
Krishna.
the service is so nice. I mean, too, it's not like work.
Hare Krishna. All right, so I've stopped the sharing. Devotees, please turn your cameras on so my eyes can see you. This is time for Krishna Katha. You got questions, realizations, connecting the dots. Krishna consciousness, it'll just make you happy naturally. So, so come up with questions or realizations or just how you feel about Krishna. Just express it, whatever you feel. Unmute yourself and do that if you want to. Hare Krishna. While you guys are thinking, I have just out of curiosity, when you mentioned Maharaj, Houdini, the example you gave about Houdini, and whatever they did to him in confining him and bolting him up and everything, that he came out of the box, and I began thinking, does he have one of the mystic cities where he could be very small and just come out through in a window or something like that? I don't know whether you know anything about it.
Yeah, he one yogi, when he found out about it, he said, yeah. He said, yeah, that's, we also can do that.
Oh, okay.
Using mystic cities, yeah. Becoming smaller than the smallest, becoming lighter than the lightest, becoming what's some of the other ones? Be able to defy material nature. So many there's 8 primary mystic cities, and they're all described. One can even create a planet. One can speak and control people's minds just by their speech. I mean, there's so many mystic cities. Yeah, it's magic. There was that one person a few years ago, he said, I'm going to make the Statue of Liberty disappear from, Hudson Harbor there in New York. So they put him to the test. He put a curtain in front of the Statue of Liberty. He pulled it away, and the Statue of Liberty was gone.
Wow.
Then he said, well, please bring her back, So he did. Can you imagine making the Statue of Liberty disappear? He did it. That was just recent. That was maybe within the last 10 years or so.
Let's see. Anyway, so there was okay, that's about one person. Vinayak Maluprabhu, please unmute yourself and ask. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Is my audible, Maharaj?
Yeah, you're good.
Audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna to everyone. Maharaj, in this purport you mention about Krishna's 3 qualities, 3 like internal energy, matter
Energy.
and energy, and a marginal energy, internal, external, and marginal. I can't define Maharaj. Please briefly said on this Maharaj.
Yeah, and it's the spiritual energy is by which he maintains the whole spiritual world and performs all of his pastimes. Material energy is made up of three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. They each have certain qualities and they work in a certain way according to the activities of the living entities in the material world. That's the material energy. And the marginal energy is us in the material world. We're spiritual. You have to understand you're spiritual, but you're in the material world and you have a material body. So that's a combination of spirit and matter. So tatasta means marginal or sitting on the fence. The living entities can go into the spiritual or into the material. That's what tatasta shakti means. Means you can go either materially or spiritual. You can align yourself with your spiritual nature and engage in devotional service, or you can accept yourself as being the material body and work according to the three modes of material nature.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. And Maharaj, what is different between uh, internal and external? External energy.
Internal refers to the spiritual, external refers to the material. But if you want to, there's other definitions. Internal means what you can't see, and external is what you can see, or what was manifesting in front of you. Mm-hmm. I can see you,
Okay,
but I can't see you really. I can see your body, but I can't see you.
yes, Maharaj.
So
Thank you, Maharaj.
you are the internal, and your body is the external.
Yes, Maharaj.
So when we talk about, well, my father dies, so my father dies, and he's laying on the floor, and everybody's saying, "Oh, my father died." No, he's there. He is right on the floor. Why don't you, Well, what dies? In other words, the
Yes,
soul, the person actually leaves the body. And the body is just a dead piece of matter. So matter is the external energy. It's manipulated by the spiritual energy. It can't move on its own. Just like, you pick up something from your desk because you can pick it up. You are spiritual. You move, and you're picking up something that is ordinary or a tree is alive. But when you cut the tree and you make a desk out of it, then that desk is no longer part of the tree anymore, that wood. And so therefore it's jada, it's dead. That's external.
Okay, Maharaj. Thank you.
I can see you completely missed everything I said.
Thank you, Maharaj. Please bless me always, Maharaj.
Just play back the tape.
Thank you, especially the analogy of, I can see you, but I
Maharaj,
cannot see you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
yes, sir. Hare Krishna. Maharaj, actually, in regular life, we do most spiritual activity, maybe regularly or irregularly. But Maharaj, if in house life, uh, something in morning time, actually, which is most important, chanting or doing Mangalarti or like things, which is actually most important on morning time, actually, Maharaj.
They're all important.
In Brahmamurti Maharaj.
They're all
So
important.
I can
Do all of them. Don't just do one of them. Do all of them.
Maharaj, if we start Mangalarti then we be busy for 1.1 or 1.5 hour for doing Mangalarti, and like before cleaning house, everything. Then Brahma Muhurta actually passed, so we can't do chanting. If we chanting, then Mangalarti actually skipped. Then I will
Nah,
be confused actually.
that's called bad management. That's all it is. Bad management.
Sorry, Maharaj.
You have to learn how to manage your time better. There's always time for Krishna. But just we say we think spiritual can wait and material can't wait. Therefore, we put spiritual second and we put material first. That's our disease. But if you put Krishna first, everything else will work out nicely. Because you have no faith, you can't understand. Develop your faith. That spiritual is unlimited, material is limited. Spiritual is our nature, material is an adopted activity that we have just because we have a material body, which is not us anyway. You don't belong to the material world. That's a fact. So why do we make material activities more important than our actual existence as a spiritual being? Because we think we're this
Sorry,
body.
Maharaj.
We think we're this body, that's why.
Okay, Maharaj. Thank you.
If you polish the bird cage without feeding the bird, then the bird dies. The body is the house of the soul. The soul is the person. The body is just a cage. If you polish the cage and you don't feed the bird, then the bird will die. So we're dying because we give our attention more to our material activities, and we think, if I have time, I'll do something spiritual. That's our disease. Put Krishna first, and then you'll see everything will work out nicely. And you can do it. All you have to do is think. I'm going to do Mangalarti and I'm going to do Japa. I can do both. And I'm still going to get my work done on a material level. If you think like that and work towards that, you'll do it. But if you start off thinking I can't do it, then you're already defeated.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj. I can definitely can.
So
Definitely.
I'll check with you in a week and see how good you are doing, just to see how much progress you made.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
I mean, you're living in the holiest place on the whole planet. You got the most support of anybody. Jagannath Puri is not even part of the material world. It's the spiritual world. It's manifested here in the material world. It's the abode of Lord Jagannath. It's transcendental. With all of that support, you should be, easily performing spiritual activities with no problem.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Rajmandalapu, then Mataji Vidanya after that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Please accept my sincere, humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, and
Praise
all
Prabhupada.
glories to all of the exalted Vaishnavas present. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. And the ones
Guru
that are
Maharaj
not
is-
present also.
sorry, Guru Maharaj.
And the ones that are not present also.
Of course. I just wanted to you were talking about work in the material world, and then doing spiritual activities, or like your service. So what popped into my mind was I go to work like most of us do, 9 to 5, the great rat race, and I'm always sad. Although I'm trying to do it as a service to Krishna and offer it to Krishna, if you like, and do many spiritual activities within my job, it still just doesn't quite satisfy me. However, when I'm doing service, I'm like a 15-year-old kid. That's all I can. That's the only way I can put it, Guru Maharaj. Like, I have energy like I've never had before, and I'm here and there and running around, and I'm so personally blissfully happy to be in the association of the devotees. I sometimes can't stop hugging everyone, and that's the most happiest time I can just say, I have. There's nothing that tops it.
I've
Just
seen
recently,
I've seen you in
sorry.
action.
Thank you very much.
I
Thank
saw
you, Guru
you.
Maharaj.
I've seen you in action so many, not many times, but a lot of times. And you're like, wow, you make us look like we're, just beginning.
But it was interesting. You made a really nice point where if sometimes we go away or we get busy with life and whatever not, and we go away and then we come back, and it's interesting how Krishna reciprocates so nicely, like so nicely with you. And if I like to share an incident once that happened to me, I was doing transfer service for their lordships at Bhaktivedanta Manor, and I was in a lot of pain. I was due to have operation and so on, and I was in excruciating pain, and I was trying to do the service and I couldn't do it, and I was bending over behind the scenes, and I couldn't do myself. I was struggling really, like, in pain. And so there's a little post-it that says, don't peek through the side and see the deities from here, go around and see the deities properly. But I just had to cheat, and I had to open the curtain and just pray that. And I saw Mother Sita, and I just said, Mother, I need help here. I don't know how to do this. I'm struggling. Please help. How do I wash Lord Ram's plates? How do I wash Radha Gokul and others' plates? There's nothing I can do. I don't know what to do. And then within 1 second, the pain had gone. And I never forgot that. And it just reminded me when you were saying how the Lord reciprocates. And that experience stuck with me. It happened many years ago, but it just stuck with me, and it was really profound. And I never had the pain again. I was all right.
Yeah, because you wanted us to serve. You weren't thinking because the pain, it wasn't the pain that was so bothering as much as the fact that you couldn't do the service because of the pain. And that's what the mercy came. Oh, they really want to serve. Well, okay, here you go.
Right. Yes. Makes sense. It was just really interesting how we feel when we're doing service and serving each other, even more so. The mood and the love that I feel is just out of this universe, and nothing tops that. And I'm very hungry for it.
Yeah. Thank you. You're an inspiration for all of us.
Not at all, Guru Maharaj. Not at all, Guru Maharaj.
When you were at Buckland Hall, in 2019, when we had that program at Buckland Hall, I mean, you were the most animated person in that whole place. I can show you the videos just to prove it. You were taking videos at the same time taking part in the activity at the same time.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I had a whole stretch of those videos and pictures, Guru Maharaj.
And the looks on your face is like, wow, this guy's in ecstasy. That was an amazing program, though. No doubt about it.
That was fun.
That's one of my highlights in my Krishna consciousness. That program in Buckland Hall.
I remember that well. And there was a really nice moment between you and Jankinath Prabhu. Beautiful moment where he leans on you like Balaram and you're Krishna, and there was a music that was being played and it just married together beautifully. I remember that. I have a video of it.
He was Krishna and I was Balaram.
Was it like that? Right. Yeah. Yeah, the video of that. It was beautiful. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. I just thought I'd share it. Thank you.
Thank you for giving us some inspiration of what real bhakti is.
Oh, gosh, Guru Maharaj, not at all.
Hare Krishna. Rajmandal Prabhu, if I could just ask something about what you were saying. The reason I want to talk to you now is that you started by saying that when you're at work, you don't feel satisfied. But when you come back and you're doing service, you're like a 15-year-old, then you went to an example. Did you want to ask a question about that feeling? Did you want to ask Maharaja about it? Because from there you went straight to an example, and I wonder if
he answered his own question.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll leave it there then.
by his giving us the experience of his activities in devotional service, he answered the question. Okay. And he's just showing that one who actually has a taste for Krishna consciousness, there's no taste out there. It's just tasteless. They take the sugar cane and they put it through the machine. You get some juice, and they put it through the second time. You get a little bit more juice, and then they run it through the third time, and it's hardly juiceless. So
my father called it sugar-coated poison.
Yeah. He had many realizations also.
Yeah, sugar-coated poison. Thank you, Guru.
Visayan Vinivartan Tanya Harasya Dehinam. What is that? Visayan Vinivartan Tanya Harasya Dehinam.
Rasopyasya.
Yasopyasya Param Jiswa Nivartante. Yeah. When you get the higher taste, the lower taste is what it is, tasteless.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Krishna consciousness is the higher taste.
Without a doubt. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Ridanya.
Ridanya, Maya, please unmute yourself. Then after that, Sri Devi.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances and humble obeisances to all the devotees gathered. Guru Maharaj, like sometime back when I was reading second canto initial few chapters, I came across something called creative energy. Is it? I mean, I was just wondering what was that. I never understood what was creative energy of the Lord. If you could like help me understand, that was my question actually.
Creative energy in the Lord. I mean, every day we do something and we create something. We take some fire, we take some water and some earth, and we mix it together and we make a brick. So we created a brick. So Krishna's energies are varieties, and he just puts his energies together and he creates different things through the energies.
I see. So it's not like a separate category of external or internal or something like that.
It's part of the creative energy is his internal energy, which also manifests itself within the material energy as creative. Mahavishnu glances at the Mahatattva.
Mhm.
He activates all of the energies in the Mahatattva, and then they start to move. And then Lord Brahma comes along and takes those separated energies and formulates the different bodies of the living entities. Your body is a creation. Everything is a creation.
I see. Okay. Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare. Sridevi. Sridevi has the most important question of the day. Okay.
No, Guru Maharaj. Please forgive me for being such a fool, but what to do? This is all I am capable of. I'm humbly asking Guru Maharaj, first let me offer my humble obeisances to you. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to you, Guru Maharaj. Krishna can do anything, as we have seen over and over again, even in our lives and so on. So Krishna can make the impossible possible. So why did he put Srila Prabhupada through such difficulties? Heart attacks on the ship, having no one, his typewriter is stolen, so many things going wrong all the time. It's like heartbreaking. And why did Prabhupada have to go through so much just to start this movement?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's the question?
Krishna could have made it so easy. He can do anything. Why did he make it so hard for Prabhupada?
Yeah, that question was answered. If he would have gave him a TWA ticket, and then he could have just flown across instead of taking the ship. And he would have made everything, people greeting Prabhupada at the shore when he came, and there was some rich man would have came and offered Prabhupada his house, It wouldn't have been as glorious. So the Lord wanted to show that my pure devotee will do anything for my service. So he glorifies his devotees by giving him apparently difficult situations, and the Lord also protects him and guides him through that situation. He wants to show how the devotee is completely surrendered to me and my instructions, and how they completely depend on me in every situation, easy or difficult. And they also teach that if we want to become Krishna conscious, we shouldn't think that we don't have to make an effort to do it. We have to sometimes surmount and overcome our attachments, which are the blocks in our progress of devotional service. One who sees me in everything and everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
When Prabhupada was crossing the ocean and he had a second heart attack, he saw Krishna appeared to him in a dream that night, and Krishna manifested himself in many of his incarnations, and each of the incarnations was rowing the boat. So Krishna gave him assurance, I'm taking this boat across, don't worry. I'm here for you. to us, the day-to-day life, he gives us the same thing in a less extraordinary way. When we want to do something for Krishna, he arranges it. If we want to, find time for doing japa, and we work to make that happen, it happens. In other words, even in a small way, apparently small way, he's arranging things just to fulfill our desires when our desires are to become Krishna conscious. He's also fulfilling our material desires, but the material desires are different because the material desires not necessarily give you what you desire. So because the material energy is different, it doesn't necessarily provide the happiness you're looking for in the activity you perform. But spiritual life is completely different. It's the opposite. But he's also fulfilling our material desires. Or he's allowing us to fulfill our material desires. At the same time, he's telling us, don't do it. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your life.
Thank you very much.
Vrindavanath
Prabhu, please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Guru Maharaj, as you mentioned that Krishna name is so attractive, he's so powerful. But can you hear me, Guru Maharaj, now?
now. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Guru Maharaj.
Go ahead.
So what I was saying, Guru Maharaj, that Krishna name is so attractive, so powerful, and we also know that his name is not different from him. Then why still we have not developed that attraction, that taste, that our mind is not fully absorbed in its sound? Is this because of our desire to chant his holy name is not so strong? Or is this because of our hankering for material desires is still there?
Maybe we're approaching the holy name in the wrong way. One of my disciples, she's sending me every day these little cartoon type of messages that come from one new book by Mahatma. It's called 30 Ways Not to Chant, 30 Ways to Not Chant Japa. And it's, there's sleep japa, there's driving japa, cell phone japa, there's I'm going to get the taste japa no matter what, but it hasn't come yet. There's all of these ajapa things. You can ask her, it's Shamala. Yeah, you can just contact Shamala, the wife of Shamlal in London, and ask her to send you some of these things there. So, the holy name is Krishna. It's not anything else but Krishna. So how we approach the holy name, we'll also see how the holy name will reciprocate accordingly. If you give the holy name attention, time, then you could practice and you'll develop through your practice. But there is that thing called jaundice. Jaundice is a disease of the liver where what is sweet tastes bitter. But sweets, especially sugarcane, is the cure of jaundice. So they give sugarcane to a jaundice patient. It cures the bile secretion of the liver. And gradually, one can see how they're getting cured as the sugarcane starts to become sweeter and sweeter. So the sugarcane is always sweet. It's the tongue that can't taste it. But by practicing it, we overcome that bitterness that comes by way of associating with the material energy. And then the sweetness naturally returns. There's a nice verse, it's from the Nectar of Instructions, verse number 7, on how to approach the holy name to get over that tasteless chanting. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also in his Harinam Chintamani also mentions a technique to get over tasteless japa.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
Krishna's name is sweet because it's Krishna. Its sweetness is beyond description. But we have to give it a chance. We have to realize we're not so pure, and we need to work at it in order to cut through the layers of material coverings. So japa is an activity that we cultivate, not that we simply do and expect a result. We cultivate the mood of japa. It's a cultivation.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
And if you do it, it'll work. I mean, there's so much material out there. Sachinandana Maharaj has written at least 2 or 3 books about how to, maximize the quality of our japa. These are books, not just statements. You can read it. The Living Name is his latest book. The Nectarian Ocean of the Holy Name. These are 2 books that he authored. Devotees, this is the main subject, the Holy Name.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. But the point, Guru Maharaj, I was still having is that when we chant, there are 2 ways to chant. One, like our 16 rounds or prescribed rounds of chanting, that's minimum. But beyond that, like when we see Krishna, we always feel so happy, so excited, like, yeah, Krishna. Why, like once rounds are over, once we are involved in our material activities, we hear holy name, we don't get that kind of jumping, like that excitement, that's why, like, like how to build that kind of, when we hear holy name anywhere from any sound, or we see that written anywhere, just like we jump out of ecstasy, that kind of.
If you keep practicing Krishna consciousness, it'll come. It comes, it does come. The fact that you could describe it means that you experience it, but maybe not always. Many of us have also tasted the ecstasy of chanting, but it's not consistent. You keep practicing, it will become more consistent. Give up material desires, and then it becomes easier to chant nicely. Serve the Vaishnavas, and that will help increase the quality of our chanting. Perfect the chanting of the Gayatri mantra. If you can, that's also difficult, but if you can do that, you can also increase the quality of your japa immensely. In so many ways, pray to Krishna, beg his mercy. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, if you don't pray for attentive chanting, you can't chant attentively. He says that. So there's one prayer. It's a prayer to Srila Haridas Thakur, which is for attentive chanting. And there's many. Many prayers.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Don't
What's
give
the-
up. Devotee never doesn't get discouraged if they're not successful. They know the process works. They just have to continue to make it happen. People in the material world think there is happiness there somewhere, and I'm not going to give up until I get it. But they're looking in the wrong place, so they never get it. And then they die without it. But devotees know they'll be successful if they keep working at it, because it's guaranteed.
Maharaj, Mataji, please, if you don't mind, excuse me, I just wanted to follow up on what Maharaj just said. Then you can ask a question after, if you don't mind. So, Maharaj, you said that, so we pray to Haridas Thakur to help us in the chanting. What is that prayer and where can I find it?
Oh, Vaishnava Thakur, Srila Haridas Thakur, alone. I cannot, alone I have no hope to chant the holy names of Lord Hari. Please be merciful, and with a particle of faith, give me the treasure of the holy name of Krishna. So that's by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So I can send it to you.
That would be very nice. That would be very nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Manisha
All
Mata,
Manisha.
please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my most humble obeisances, all the Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj, yesterday I was reading a book called Namacharya, written by Rupa Vilasdar. In that I read that Srila Haridas Thakur is an incarnation of three forms. So first is Rachika Muni's son, who named as Brahma, and the universal creator Brahma, and Prahlad Maharaj. So these three personalities met together as Haridas. Am I understanding it correctly?
Yeah. But the one with Haridas, he has the spirit of Haridas. That's how it's described. But he is Lord Brahma. Actually, he is Lord Brahma. And that's connected with the Brahma Mohan Leela. If you read that, you'll see how the connection is. And that is, Rachika Muni was also known as Haridas. And his father was a Paka Brahma. And so he told his son Haridas to go bring some tulsi leaves for worship. And he came back with tulsi leaves that weren't washed. And his father got angry and he said, "You're a malecha. You should take birth as a malecha." And so he was cursed to take birth within as one of the manifestations of Srila Haridas Thakur, because Haridas Thakur was born in a Mohammedan family. So that's there in the Shastras also. But because Haridas was a sincere disciple, the sincere devotee, he got that benediction, but at the same time was combined with a curse. Rachika Muni. Yeah.
Maharaj, Malecha means?
Malecha means meat eater.
Okay. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Okay. All right, we can stop there.
All right. Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Manas Prabhu wants to ask question for a long time. He's put it on the chat. We can't raise it.
Okay. Let me just.
Sorry, Guru Maharaj.
Who's that?
Manas Prabhu wants to ask a question. He put it in the chat that he can't raise his hand. So if we can give him a chance, please.
Okay.
Yes. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to you and to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Manas wants to ask a question.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Thanks a lot. And please accept my humble obeisances.
You need more volume.
All glories to you, Guru Maharaj. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Am I audible now?
A little better.
Okay. So, yeah. So, Guru Maharaj, my question is, in fact, when Raj Mandal Prabhu was speaking, I was probably able to correlate to some extent at that point of time as well. Guru Maharaj, I feel that, for example, recently we had this Krishna Janmashtami celebration in Cincinnati here, and this time we have seen a lot of devotees coming in, almost around 700 to 800, people joined in the celebration. I was fortunate to be able to, do the kirtan during the fest. And I have had my couple of colleagues from the office who also joined in, and they saw me there, of course, being part of the celebration and singing and doing the kirtan. So the response that they gave me was like, this is a different version of you. We do not see this energy of yours in the office during meetings and all of those things. And that is exactly what is happening to me, Maharaj. I am not able to put in my energy and that much of effort in the office activities. Honestly, Maharaj, I mean, there is a difference that I see. Earlier, I was very active in the official things, and I was on top of things. But now, I do not have that feeling of a doer. Of course, I understand I am not the doer. I am not the doer. And
yeah, you're making advancement.
but my anxiousness is not going. I mean, I'm anxious now. At times I feel, am I okay? Am I doing right? Or is there anything wrong?
Yeah,
I mean,
perfect. You're the example of the philosophy. The more you connect with Krishna, the more you lose your taste for material life. It's natural.
But Maharaj,
some people don't like that. They start making advancement or losing their taste for material life, and they get scared and they run back to material life. Don't get scared. Don't worry, Krishna will take care of you.
So Maharaj, I understand maybe it is too early for me to expect this, but this anxiousness, will I get calmed down in some time? Is it right to expect that way?
Ask your wife. She's here. She's on the call too. Niti, what's wrong with him?
Okay. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you and all the Vaishnavas here. He's more happy when he's in the spiritual world. He's more happy while he used to do kirtan every Saturday. He used to be more happy when he was there in the Rath Yatra and participating in all these spiritual things. He used to, so I don't know, but he's more tensed when he's working. He's in front of the laptop. He's happy while he's here in the class.
I'm rejoicing over here. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol.
You're completely fine, Prabhu. You're normal.
Sri Devi, she went through it all. She gave it all up. Now she's in Mayapur singing, dancing, and preaching. We're waiting for you, Manas.
Manas has a standing invitation, Guru Maharaj. I've already told them. I have a guest bedroom. Come anytime. Welcome.
It's a fact. Spiritual life awakens the soul's natural propensity for happiness. Material life is simply a grueling experience of trying to get something done to squeeze out a few drops of satisfaction, which are left, which leave us after a few minutes anyway. Anyway, I'm not saying you should quit your work, but just realize that, there is a dichotomy. Even your colleagues in work, they could see it. What, is this the same person? Tell them they can be like that too.
No, Maharaj. In fact, yeah, I had this thought running in my head for very long, and I wanted to share with you and wanted to ask you, Maharaj. Thank you. That gave me some relief.
Just, it's the example Lord Chaitanya gives is like the wife who has a lover, but she also is married. So she doesn't want her husband to suspect her lover, and therefore she does her duty to her husband very nicely. But in her mind and in her heart, she's always thinking, when can I be with my lover? So keep Krishna in your heart and your mind. And even though you're doing your material activities, you're always thinking, I can't wait till this is over so I can go and be with the devotees. It's a dichotomy that those who want to continue with their material life, they have to somehow or other develop that consciousness of Krishna, at the same time go through the experience of getting things done on a material level.
Sure, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. Thanks for all your guidance and help, Prabhu Maharaj. And thanks to all the assembled devotees as well. Yeah.
But I say one thing, that now that your colleagues know more about you, you can bring that other personality into work with you.
Sure, Maharaj. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Any final questions? If not, then thank you very much, Maharaj. I don't know whether you'd like to give us some, lead us in japa this morning.
I have a limited time, but I have time.
Okay.
Today is Srimati's birthday, so everybody wish Srimati a happy birthday.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Happy birthday, Mataji. Happy birthday, Mataji.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy
to you.
Mataji. Happy birthday, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna to you.
Hope you have a nice time.
May
you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. Hare Krishna to you.
May you always serve Shri Radha Krishna. May
I have
always serve Shri Radha Krishna.
I have to say one thing, that the engineer behind all of these Zoom classes that I do is Srimati. She's organizing it, she's putting things in place, and she's giving information on how things go on. She's adjusting when things don't go on. So I just sit here and say everything, but she does all the work.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, my humble obeisances to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all the devotees. Thank you so much for your love and blessings. Please bless me like this so that I can serve Guru Maharaj very nicely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunities and the faith on me. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to your service. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. So,
hey.
Japa time?